Hi everyone, welcome to lesson 7 of the coronavirus revision with Miss Delaney. Again, hopefully you're all doing well, enjoying being at home, not too bored just yet because we might be here for a while longer, hopefully not too much longer, but we might be here for a while. Okay, so just a few things as always. Please make sure that you're still going on your spelling frame accounts, doing your spellings. As I said before, start from year 1 and work your way down if you need to. Okay. I will be setting the spelling frame rules again, so I'll do that again for this Friday. So if you want to go on Friday morning, really important that we're going on and still practicing all those year 5 words as well, because obviously the more we practice it, the more we do them, the easier it's going to get. So if you practice those year 5 words and you're quite happy with the one that you're doing for the week, start with year 1 and work all the way down. If you play a game and you get 100% right, you don't need to go on it again, move on to the next one, and the next one, etc. When you get less than 100, keep going, keep replaying the game. You might decide to do it once a day maybe until you get 100 right. You don't need to sit there and play it the same day for 2 hours to get them all right, for example. Just have a look through them, do them each day, and if you keep up to practice a little often, it's very, very good as well. So hopefully you've been practicing your addition facts and you've now got them nailed. If you haven't, if you still find them a little bit difficult, so if you still don't know that 9 add 4 is 13, like this, off the top of your head, then you need to practice it. And again, it's partitioning those numbers. So 9 add 4, you would do 9, add 1, add 3. 9 add 1 would be 10, and so you partition 4 into 1 and 3 to make 9 add 1 add 3, 13. Okay, that's the easiest way to do it mentally in your head. Okay, we're going to do a lesson very similar to that today. So we're looking at subtraction facts, because the last lesson before Easter, which I'll post tomorrow, will be everyone's favourite column subtraction, which everyone goes, oh, column subtraction, oh, I can't do it. But actually, there's a few things we need to learn, and if you actually know a lot of these facts, then it'll be a lot easier for you. Okay? So, things we're going to look at today is we're going to look at, first of all, number 1 to 10 again, should be nice and simple, is year 1 work. Okay? Then looking at number 1 to 20, then we're going to change it slightly, and we're going to look at subtraction facts. So again, when you've got a team number, multiply a single digit number, because this is what we're going to have a lot when we are doing subtractions tomorrow with the column method, especially when we're exchanging. Okay, so it's really important that we know what the answers would be, how we can work them out if we're not quite sure. Because if we don't do that, then we're going to find the column subtraction incredibly difficult. All right. Then we're going to move on to hundreds, take away another number, and 1,000s, take away another number. Ooh, sorry, the door's just ghost opened on me. Stay. If it does it again, I will give it a warning and it will be on timeout. Right guys, so first part, we're looking at number 1 to 10. So I've got number 10. For this, it needs to be any single digit number. So I'd like you to try 4 or 5 times. 10 take away, for example, 1, what would my other number be? You can use your hands for this. 10 take away 1, what would it be? Change it to a 2. And then roll a dice, make sure any number. So if I know 10 take away 2, 2 add what makes 10, it would be 8. Okay. It should be quite simple, but you never know. It's best to check all of them. And if you're a parent and you've got your children there, or if you've got a brother or a sister there, just say some numbers and see what the matching pair would be. So 10 take away 7 is, hopefully you've all said 3. Yeah. 10 take away 9 is 1. Take away 10. 10 take away 10, 0. Lots of you probably go for that one. But obviously if I have 10 sweets, I ate all 10 sweets, then I would have 0 left. And that's the kind of facts that we're looking at today. So once you've got all these, then you can pause the video if you need to practice anymore. I think you should most of us be quite comfortable with them. There's the door again. So door, this is a warning. Stop. Just open again. Bear with me. I'm going to put a shoe in front of it. The door is getting a timeout B. It is now 10-minute timer is on. Okay. Right. So back to the actual learning. Next step. Number bonds to 20. So if I know my number bonds to 10, my number bonds to 20 should be quite simple. 20. If I take away a single digit, for example, if I do 20 take away 7, my number bonds for 10 to 7 is 3. And because it's 20, my answer would be 13. I would make sure I need to add the 10. I'm subtracting. If I did this on the number line, I would just subtract 7. I don't need to subtract 10 before because it's just 7. So I know that my number is going to be a teen number because I'm not subtracting a 2-digit number. I'm still going to have 10 left plus 3. So I partition 20 into 10 out of 10. It's same as 10, and then I would have 3 left. Okay. If, however, I did a 2-digit number, so if I said 17, if I was to do this on the number line or in my head, I do 20 subtract 10 is 10. Subtract 7 would be 3. So the answer would be 3. So a few games, a few activities for you to do now. If you're with a parent or brother or sister, or guardian, whoever you're with, tell them to fire out some numbers for you. Okay? They could say, right, 20 take away 20, 20 take away 2, 20 take away 7. And if you don't know about this, then you need to keep practicing. And it's really important you keep practicing because these mental skills are vital. Okay? So that's the second activity. If you need to pause to do so, to do some of these activities now, do so now. Okay? Right, activity 3. This one uses all the facts that we've already known, but it should be a little bit harder. Okay? What you're going to start off with is any 2-digit number, any 2-digit teen number, sorry, and you're going to subtract a number that is lower than the current. It's not going very well today, is it? Door keeps opening. Now I've dropped my pen as well. Right, I'll tell you what. I'll use a different colour. So, for example, hopefully you can see the ring. If I had number 12, subtract, we'll say 5. Now, what's really important here is that obviously we know our subtraction facts. A bit like when we did our addition facts, if I was to do 7 add 5, I do 7, add 3 to make 10, and then the leftover that I partitioned 5 into would be 2, it would be 12. Here what I do is a little bit similar, okay? If I partition my 5 into, I want a 2 and a 3, what I do is 10, or 12, sorry, take away 2 to make 10, take away 3 gives you 7. Okay, and it's a really easy way of mentally subtracting. If this number here could be a 42, 52, 70, 102, I'd still use the same method when I'm subtracting. And that's what we do when we're subtracting mentally. So it's really, really important to be practicing these every single day whenever we can. Okay. Next one could be 17 subtract 8. Okay. I know I want a 7, so I can split my 8, partition my 8 into a 7 and a 1. 17, take away 7 gives me 10, take away 1 equals 9. Hopefully quite simple. However, when we've been doing column subtraction, in particular, this is where a lot of children are making easy mistakes because they would say 17 take away 8 is 8, or 17 take away 7 is 5. Well, when you actually think about it, it can't be. I know that if I have an odd number and I subtract an even number, it's going to give me an odd number. An odd number subtracts an odd number is going to give me an odd number. So it's really important that I know these facts while I'm subtracting. Okay. So generate a 2-digit number, roll some dice, make sure that you're taking different numbers away. Hopefully make sure that the number that you're subtracting is lower than the value of the ones. Then that's when you're going to be using these mental facts that's going to bridge over the 10. So really, really good exercise to be doing, and to be doing little and often as well if you struggle with it. Make sure you keep practicing every day until you can say them like this straight away. A bit like your times tables, a bit like your addition facts, you need to know them. Okay? Right, moving on to the fourth activity is using the facts that we've already learnt. You're now going to see if you can subtract from 100, and if you can do that, then from 1,000. So if I were to do 100 take away 37, a bit like the addition, people here would go, well, the answer is going to be 73. Well, how have you got that out? Well, 0 take away 7, I partition it and I get a 10. So that would be a 3 to make the 10, and then I need a 7 for this to make a 10 because that's my number ones. Well, actually, no, you're wrong because you haven't actually looked at the whole number. And this is what a lot of people do when there's a lot of misconceptions in this work, especially when we're get my words out, working to 100 and 1,000. So if I wanted to do 100 take away 37, okay, first step I would do 100 take away 30. Hopefully this should be quite simple. It's the same as doing 10 take away 3. Okay, I know that if I've got 2 zeros on, I can cover up both of them. Hopefully you can see that there. It's the same as 10 take away 3. Remember to put the 0 back on, it'd be 17. Then my next step would be 70 take away 7. I know that if I was to do split this number up, I can split this up into 16 and 10. I can do 10 take away 7 in my head because it's number bond. The answer is 3. So the answer would be 63. Same as doing it on number line. When you do it in your head, when you're subtracting mentally, subtract 30 to make 70, and then subtract 7 to make 63. I am aware that I've got this wrong way around. The 100 should be here. I should be going backwards, but it's a live recording. Mistakes happen, unfortunately. Okay, so a few activities for you there is to generate a two-digit number here. You can roll dice, you can go online, generate a number, and try and work out what the number here would be that you would subtract from 100. Get your parents or brothers and sisters to check with you. And if it's something that you find difficult, and a lot of very, very able mathematicians will find this one, and in particular the number facts one difficult as well, please make sure you keep practicing over and over again. Okay? Same with this one, you've got 1,000. It's basically doing it on a number line. So if I'm subtracting 456, I'll make sure to start at the right place this time. If I subtract 400, 1,000 take away 400 is 600. Subtract 50, 550, and then subtract 6, which gives me 544. That'd be my answer. It wouldn't be 4, 5, 6, which is obviously number 1 to 10, because if I did that, I'd actually end up with 1,110 if I added them together. So I know that it would definitely be wrong. Okay, so a few activities for you to go on then. You're only going to have one more video before Easter, as I'm working over Easter, including the Easter Friday, I think. So when the school term would be back up and running after that, then I'll make sure that I'm posting again a video every day. So tomorrow will be the last one, which will be everyone's favourite, column subtraction. So yeah, that's all from me. Take care, enjoy your Easter if this is the last video to watch. If not, I will see you tomorrow.